Hi, I'm Warfvinge. I'm a professor at Lund University. I was asked to say a few words about research for innovations that support sustainability, but I had no clue. So I spoke to some friends and colleagues of mine here at Lund University, Lars, Maria, and Anne. So, let's hear what they say.
Yes, I'm a professor here in Energy and Environmental System Studies at Lund University, the Faculty of Engineering. I think it's hard to pick one thing. There's so much exciting going on within the development of renewable energy technologies, the cost reductions we see on solar and wind, the rapid developments of clean technologies for transport, and most recently starting to look at also how to reach zero emissions from the energy-intensive basic materials industries, from cement, iron and steel, looking at options in those sectors as well. Well, my field as such, sustainability is the driver for all the research we do. But I've reflected on sort of the role of engineering and think that maybe 90–95% of all the research that's going on in the engineering faculty actually in the end gives a contribution to sustainability, because engineering is about solving problems, improving things, and in the end that helps sustainability.
Do you think that we're efficient on getting those research findings out on the market?
Well, it's not going fast enough, but from a resource and technology point of view, we can solve those problems. It's mainly an issue about politics.
Yes, I'm Maria Kiel. I'm working here at the Department of Electrical and Information Technology at Lund University in Sweden. My main research interests are in performance modeling and control of cloud infrastructures and media distribution systems and other internet-related systems. The more we live our life on the internet and the mobile phones and all these kind of applications, the more energy we will use, basically. So there is a big challenge in actually making the future ICT systems sustainable and also make it visible for us users how much energy we use when we are on the internet or using any of our applications. The estimations right now is that about 10% of the electricity in the world goes to the ICT area. So I think there is a lot of savings you can do by doing research in this area and trying to find more sustainable solutions for the data centers and all the internet systems and mobile systems and so on. You can say that regarding data centers and other cloud infrastructures or internet-related services, you have a strong line of academic research, but you also have very strong, large companies that do their own research. As users require to have sustainable applications and sustainable systems, also maybe by trying to introduce environmental labeling, where you actually as a user can compare different applications regarding their energy consumption, so that you as a user can choose the most sustainable internet application, for example. That will probably drive a lot of innovation and research.
My name is Anne Villiers. I am professor at Lund University, and I'm doing research in atomic physics and lasers. So I think there are many discoveries coming out of basic research. And it's only afterwards, maybe 10 years afterwards, that the applications are coming. I can think of several discoveries. I think when I'm thinking immediately of two things, one is lasers. This is already more than 50 years ago. The other thing is LEDs, which is also some 30 years ago. So LED is also a very interesting discovery. I see that it's, in this case, this is more out of actually applied research. Researchers knew already from 1950, end of the 50s, that there was a potential of this process for illumination. And what is interesting is that they really, the researchers were confronted to technological problems that they could not solve. And end of the 1950s, so these red and visible diodes were discovered. And people say, oh, if we can find a blue laser diode, a blue LED, then we can mix blue with green and red, and then you have white light, and this should be very interesting for illumination. So this was known already by the big industry in the end of the 50s and 60s. So it's interesting, the history of humanity a little bit, that it took 30 years of trying, give up, trying again, give up, trying again, give up, and in the end, really these two Japanese researchers that managed to solve the problem. So, but this is really a typical example of really a fantastic discovery for sustainability. Why is that? Because first of all, it saves a lot of energy. It's you don't need as much energy to have LEDs than a normal bulb. And the second reason is that, and I think this is fascinating, when you look at a map of the world at night, you have lots of light in Europe, in the States, China, part of China, but then Africa is dark. Thanks to the LEDs, now African people can have these LEDs with some small sun cell to power them, and they can study at dark. So it's really important as well for the third world. So to me, it's a really fantastic discovery, which is really a discovery of this field of research, which is photonics.
Do you have a personal relationship to the LEDs?
Yes, because I have been part of the Nobel Committee for Physics, and I was part of the committee which gave the prize to this for the LED. So I was part of all the work around, and also the vulgarization work around to try to tell people what it is about and why is it important. And I even gave the speech in honor of the laureates, and so it was a lot of fun. Yes.
Well, I think I got 4 really clear messages. One is that we need the basic research to make the great discoveries. The second is that in engineering, there's so much cooking, so much going on, a lot of the solutions are there. So what we need is to get them in the market. Here, the consumer power comes in. Consumers need to be enabled, get clear messages, and make good choices, and they will choose the sustainable solutions. And the 4th message is that the politicians need to take the responsibilities. The light bulb story shows that it is possible by regulations, directives and legislations to phase out old technologies to leave room for the new ones. Have a great discussion.